Today we're going to be doing another unboxing, and here we have the figure from the manufacturer's Q6, a 1/7 scale figure of the character Quetzalcoatl or Lucoa, Bikini style, from the series Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, or Kobayashi-san Chino Meid Dragon. So before we get into the figure, just in case you didn't know, Kobayashi-san Chino Meid Dragon, or Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, the Maid Dragon of Kobayashi, is a manga series originally published back in 2013, serialized in monthly action by the mangaka Kuru Kyoshinsha, or Cool Kyoshinsha, which the series also got an anime adaptation back in 2017 by Studios Kyoto Animation, going by the same name, which I think there's 2 seasons and a couple of side specials. And I did hear that there's actually a movie coming out, I think going by the name is Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, A Lonely Dragon Wants to Be Loved, and for some reason that trailer made me a little bit sad, but we're not gonna get into it. So here's a figure from Q6, as you can see the box rotating in 360 of Lucoa. There's actually 2 versions to this. There's one where she has her regular skin tone, and the other one is more of a darker suntan version. So here I have is the regular version, and so without holding you guys back, let's just get into the figure. Let's just take Lucoa out of the box and see how the figure looks. You can see here, this is Lucoa straight out of the box. As you can see here, she is packed nicely and protected to prevent her from getting any scratches or scrapes on the figure. So let's just remove all of this and see how it looks up close. So before we get into the figure, as you can see, it does come with a assembly instructions guide, or an instructions guide to show you the swappable parts that she does come with. And as you can see, be advised that some of these parts tend to be a little bit stiff, so to loosen it, just like with other figures, you can kind of heat it up with like a hair dryer or a blow dryer, and you can kind of heat it up and it makes it more flexible to plastic, so just in case it's a little bit stiff in some areas. So besides that, it's not really much to show you, but you can pause the video and see the instructions guide. But let's just move on to the next part of let's just get into the figure. So we have is Lucoa's base. Nothing really too special. It's just a plain white base with nothing really too detailed about it besides one peg. But here on the bottom we do get information such as the creator and other informations of the figure. And besides that, nothing really too special. So let's just move on to the next part. Here we have is Lucoa, starting from her foot. And I gotta say, a lot of details they did put into this. I do like the way they painted her toenails, I guess, but they did kind of, the bottom does feel like pure flat, so it feels like they cut it and it's just like, here you go. So I mean, it could have put a little bit of like details like they did here with the foot area, but not like it really like matters to me. But you can hear they did a lot of details and a lot of shading with the skin. It looks really great. They did a nice job. And here we have is the knee area, which, like I said, the amount of shading they did put on this looks really great. I do like that. Going up here on the thigh area, so here it's pretty, her thighs are pretty thick here, and it you could kind of see it like the sculpt has it like they're squishing together, which I do like. Yeah, you can see here on her bikini wear here, it's like really tight on her, so you kind of see like squish marks on the underwear part of it, I guess. Here we have the side view. As you can see here, her thigh is pretty thick. And here's the back view, and the sculpting looks really great. I love the shading and it looks really amazing. Her hair is blocking most of her back, but you can actually remove it. So as you can see here, I did remove it, and yeah, you can see the amount of details they did put here with the back crease, and also her backside here, which actually looks really great. I love the shading here. And you can kind of see here her underwear piece is really tight on her, so it's kind of squishing her showing her like a little bit more fat. And here's the back area, which like I said before, I do love the shading they did in the little crease line as representing her spine, which looks really great. And they did a nice job with it. You know, I'm actually really impressed with it. And you can see here the bikini top is going around her neck area. It's not really something you can see when she has her hair. So, yeah, so here's the front area, and just like I said before, a lot of details just like they did with her back. For her, I guess you can say her midriff area, and you can see her belly button and all that. It looks really great. They did nice shading work on it. And here's the top portion of her, which is her bosom area, which is pretty large, which is a little bit accurate to the source material. And here we have the side view of it, and we can kind of see they gave shading on her armpit area. But I think they did a really amazing job on this bosom area. It looks pretty accurate to you can see that like the detail here work that they did is like the shading makes it seem like it's pressed together, if that makes sense. But yeah, like I said here, the midriff area has a little bit of a slanted portion here on the front, which looks really great. And just like I showed you earlier, her backside is covered with her hair that goes all the way straight up to her head, which kind of blocks the view of the back, but we already saw the back, so we kind of see all the detail. So here's her hair, which looks really great. Her tips of her hair here are a little bit flexible, so you don't need to worry about flicking the hair. But the hair does like a lot of detail on it, which I do like, except for the top portion of it, which just falls flat. So here's her close-up shot of her left hand here, rested on her head, but it's not actually connected, so it just has it in like a little bit close to it, as if she's like holding onto her head. But yeah, but it's pretty good. You can see the front view of her hair does drip down all the way to her, halfway to her bosom area. And here's a closer shot of her face. So she does actually have two face sculpts, one with both eyes closed, which is her regular look, but here we have is the look where she has one of her eyes open and one of her eyes closed. And here's her right hand here. As you can see, they did a lot of detail work there. You can see the shading and everything looks really great. But yeah, but other than that, it's not really much too else to show you. You can see the front hair here, but the top of the head, as you can see the horns, it kind of feels like a little bit off when you see like two lines going across her head. But I think it's just because she has swappable face sculpts, but it does look a little bit off, but it looks really great nonetheless. A great figure. Here's a closer shot of her horns, which I think it would have been cool if they gave her a hat, but she is in a bikini, so it's not like she's gonna be wearing the hat in the beat, or did she? It's been a while since I've seen it, but I really like the figure, so let's just place it and connect it with the base. So before we continue, I did take apart the figures. As you can see here, this is all the parts that do detach from the body, if you were curious. See, here we have is the other face sculpt that I did mention before. As you can see here, it is actually has both her eyes closed, which is her regular face that, you know, how they draw her. So nothing really too special or nothing really too much to show you besides this extra face. So let's just swap this face with the other face that she does have. I'm gonna say face one more time because I said it so much. And here we have a closer look of the other face sculpt with her eye open. Alright guys, so that was Q6's 1/7 scale figure of the character Lucoa, Quetzalcoatl bikini style version. And all I gotta say is it looks a lot better in person than what they had on like stock photos of the actual figure. They made it look a little bit more weird. I don't know, it looked a little bit off, but in person it looks a lot better. I really do like the figure, but I feel like there's something a little bit off about it. Like it's almost like it, I don't know, it's just something that like I look at it and I'm like, there's something that looks a little bit off. Maybe it's the thigh area, because I know in the manga or in the anime, her thigh is a little bit more slimmer, not thick. As you can see here on the figure here, her waist area is a lot more bigger, or should I say thigh area is a lot more bigger, but in the show it was a lot slimmer. I put a picture of what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know, but in my opinion, I love the figure. This is why I own both of them, but I only unboxed the regular skin tone. But yeah, but what do you guys think? Is it a great representation of Lucoa, or is there something a little bit off about it? But I do like this figure, so Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid is a great little fun series. I highly recommend it if you have not watched it. And what do you guys think about the movie that's coming out? But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll leave you guys off with the figure rotating in 360 and other close-up shots of the figure. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hamat 抜け出せなかった昨日までの僕ら